Ladies and gentlemen, the college cheating scandal involved a lot of human manipulation, and also they use the cheating scandal to punch in false numbers for these children that really didn't deserve it. But this came out in Forbes Technology's part in university cheating. So, ladies and gentlemen, we know Felicity Huffman did one hell of a joke of a sentence, and she is done. In the aftermath of the college cheating scandal involving actress Felicity Huffman, sentenced to 14 days, only did 11 in prison for having paid $15,000 to manipulate her daughter's SAT scores instead of getting her a tutor or taking, they still give those SAT classes, but I guess too lazy to do it, right? Universities around the US are rethinking how they do admissions. The first of 33 parents sentenced for having been ensnared in the college tutor Rick Singer's $25 million scheme to help wealthy, dumb kids and their parents get access to elite universities through fraudulent sports, placements, and SAT scores. But part of the equation missing from this star studded scandal is the more common component, the college cheating, that is far more frequent and accessible to many more parents and students. That of essay cheating, which I spoke extensively about yesterday, how these dumb kids in the US and UK and other parts of Europe are reaching out to Kenya and getting those Black people to do their work. Okay, so readily facilitated through new technology. In fact, while the media has been focusing on the elite cheating scandals that have involved the 1%, online essay mills have gone virtually uncritiqued. Even though this is the far more common problem, as any university professor will contend. In fact, recent study shows that approximately 16% of college students have paid someone to write their papers for them. And many of those writing papers for students are coming in the form of online essay mills. Unlike the US, which has been slow to crack down on these online companies because their families are relying on it. That's why people in their family, they got kids that are college age and they're relying on these online essay mills to help their family members out. Independent bodies in other countries have been revising their standards and taking action, such as the Quality Assurance Agency in the UK, which published guidance for higher education providers on how to address the problem of contract cheating in 2017. In fact, the QAA has also sent letters to the major search engines and PayPal asking them to stop participating in these fraudulent practices by serving as platforms for people to access and pay essay mills. You know what they'll do? They'll just find another way. You can get a merchant account and put a credit card in there. Trust me, they'll find another way. They will. They're probably already 10 steps ahead of what these folks are doing. There has even been talk of fining or giving criminal records to students who use these platforms in the UK, with Australia taking actual steps towards the criminalization of these acts. Yes, I think, yes, you shut down the essay mills, but you don't let the student go unpunished. And that's probably why America ain't doing nothing, because they're trying to find a way to let these undeserving students off the hook for what they've done. That is so typical for this country to do that. Okay, let me go down. While many consider the use of online essay mills a violation of criminal law, such as the Fraud Act 2006 in the UK, it is highly unlikely that technological access to online cheating platforms will be fully criminalized, much less controlled. And the reason for this are multiple, beginning with the harsh reality that online educational services run the gamut of college tests, tutorials for undergraduate studies, on the GMAT preparation, such as that there are many legitimate educational businesses operating online. Ladies and gentlemen, if the faces of the cheaters look like us, something would have been done about it. But you notice the level of word salad that they're using here when the faces look like them? I'm just saying. To control each and every business would be a massive undertaking requiring oversight committees enabled with the power of determining which businesses are legitimate and which are not. At that, bigger questions are being asked of the way universities assesses students for entry. Well, why does it have to be rethought? Why don't you just enforce what you have and minus all of the cheating? See, ladies and gentlemen, when they start enforcing this stuff, if and when, we should say, because we know how lackadaisical America is when certain people are involved. So if they do get to this point where they do something about it, watch how many people with high IQs won't even be eligible for college. You just watch. Won't even be eligible. Okay, so they're rethinking how they do college entrance and, of course, SAT scores. But let's face it, universities are elite institutions established upon the premise of a certain education that largely the wealthy can access due to the requirements that leave many students from poorer school districts out in the cold. Well, that shouldn't be the case at all. Now that you see who the main actors are in this cheating scandal, they should be, you need to be looking at them a second and third time, not the poor students. You need to be looking at them. If any needs to change immediately, it is certainly not the oversight of cheating one's way into Ivy League institution, but rather the problem of legacy admission and the prohibitive tuition rates that keep most poor students outside higher education. And that's true. That's true. There are many people that may not be wealthy in this country, but they are probably more eligible than these wealthy, dumbass children that families got to put up astronomical dollars just to get them into a school. So, ladies and gentlemen, the reality is that technology can be used to positively help poorer students access university if only the microscope of criticism would shift towards how universities are funded and admissions evaluated instead of celebrities buying their children's access to universities that were always within their economic reach. In a country like the US, where the poorest take out student loans for which they will be indebted most of their lives. And that is so true. That is so true. We need to shift the conversation entirely. If not advocating for free higher education, then at the very least, we need to implement technology to assist those who cannot afford higher education instead of helping those who can cheat their way through the system. The core issue to higher education isn't really about getting into the Ivy League for most students. It's about getting into any university without spending one's life as an indentured worker, paying back the very system which allows the 1% a whole host of opportunities and economic advantages that the rest simply can never imagine. That is so true. You know, like I said, if you're going to do this, then it should be harsh penalties on any of these students from these wealthy families that get caught cheating. They should um, they should not go through, be found out that they're cheating and still have a squeaky clean record. And that is the root cause to a lot of issues in America. Many people are punished, ladies and gentlemen, and they maintain a clean record. We see this in criminal justice all the time, and this is also done in the college cheating scandal. Now, oh man, my phone always got to ring when I'm doing this. So, ladies and gentlemen, these parents are being punished, right? These parents are being punished, but right now, nothing other than a few of the students got put out of the college, but nothing is on their records. So these students can enroll in other colleges and act like this never happened. So as long as the student is going untouched and you're just going after the parents, it's still counterproductive. No, they need a serious blemish on their record for cheating. And it should be there for the world to see. This person, parents, and they cheated their way through school. They bought essays. They paid someone to take their SATs. And yeah, that should all be on their record. They should never be squeaky clean like they are now. So please tell me what you think, ladies and gentlemen. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.